Well, hi everybody, and welcome to today's show. I'm Kevin Kuretzky, your host, and welcome to today's Kevin Kuretzky Show. Today, viewers, it's all about fear and letting go of our fears. You know, I read a great quote recently and I'd like to share it with you about fear. Having fear is natural. Letting it stop you from focusing on your dreams or goals, that is a tragedy. I love that quote. And what it represents to me is it shows that each one of us is capable of letting go of our fears to live a happy, fulfilling life. We just have to take certain steps to do that. And today's show, we're going to show you how. We're going to talk about letting go of your fears. First of all, there are roadblocks to fear in our lives. Number one, fear of change. You know, in all the research I've done, what's interesting about fear of change, that comes up to everything. Change is a big word. We're going to talk about that. Fear of failure. That is a huge one. Fear of failure of what you're doing. I'm going to do a whole separate show on failure because I believe the only failure is not to try. That is the real failure. Not being good enough. I battled that for many, many years in my life, and I know a lot of us have. Not being good enough, not thinking we're smart enough. Or even fear of success. That's interesting because with success comes great responsibility. So today, we're going to talk about that. It's time to let go and grow forward in your life and be the person in your life you want to be. Remember this, you are the leading character in your life's movie. It is you. You are starring in it. So make it the best one for you and everyone around you. So let's start with some steps. I've read done some research on fear and what stands in our way. And here's step number one. And in all the research I've done about any show I do about trying to better your life, living a better life, trying to be who you're supposed to be, encompassing all of that greatness, number one, willingness to change. Willingness to change is huge. You know, if you don't want to change, you stop growing because life is always evolving. Things around us are always evolving. We have to evolve. We have to be willing to change. We have to make sure that we know that we are willing to say, I'm going to try this. I'm going to step out on a ledge. So number one step, willingness to change. Step number two, clearly identify your dreams and your goals. You know, I like to write things down. I like to make sure I journal it. Write down what your dreams and goals are. Don't let anything stop you. You know, when I write in my journal, I have to remember, this is my journal. This is my personal time. I can write whatever I want. I can be whoever I want. I can say whatever I want. So clearly identify what those goals and dreams are. Step number three, review the list and set little goals to achieve those dreams. You know, a great example of this is I always felt I wasn't good enough, that nobody would ever want to watch me. I would never make it on television. There's no way. That was the fear that stopped me. What I finally realize is by doing this every day, I'm practicing. I'm learning my trade myself. I'm teaching myself what works, what doesn't work. I'm setting little goals every day with the show. I know you can do that too. So set goals for yourself, little goals in the interim while you're working on what your bigger dream is. Step four. Say or write down affirmations. I know this sounds really egotistical, but it's a great way to do that. And when I say write down affirmations, I don't mean like Stuart Smalley or what was his name? Smiley from Saturday Night Live. I'm good enough and I'm smart enough. Although it's true. What I mean is whatever works for you. One of the things I try to do is I try to read other people's works, books of quotations, books of spirituality. For me, I get a message from that. One of my favorites recently was accept your dreams. So I say that to myself, accept your dreams. It really dissipates the fear whenever I say that. So I write it down, I think it in my head, accept your dreams. That's step number four, say or write affirmations. Step number five, ask for help. One of the secrets, you know, people will say to others, oh, you do this so well, but they never say, how do you do it so well? One of the secrets to success for me has been, I look at role models. I look at people who are doing exactly what I want to do, and I ask them, how do you do this? What do I need to do? And what goals do I need to set for myself? Asking somebody who's already doing it is the best resource. It also dissipates fear because you're going to have somebody else on your side, and 99% that person will help you become what you want to be. Step number 6, keep pursuing your dreams and goals. Keep pursuing them no matter what. Don't be scared. Don't try to hide from it. Keep doing it. Be in the moment. Don't look back. Don't look too far ahead. Be in the moment you're in. That is such a really important step, number 6. Stay in the moment. You know, it's like when I work out. I get to every day, very lucky, and I'm truly, truly lucky. I get to walk around the beach in Hawaii every day. I always say, don't look where I came from, look where I'm headed. And then I stop myself and I say, you're still not there. You're right here. Get back in that moment. Stay in the moment. Step number 6. So keep pursuing your dreams and goals. And step 7, the last step, celebrate every success, no matter how small. You know, doing this show, I celebrate every time. For me, because I'm not the most technologically savvy, I celebrate every time it downloads correctly, and I celebrate that I do that every time. Because the real challenge for me, not only coming up with ideas or sitting in front of the camera, it's all the background work I do. And that is a small success to me that I celebrate every time I download, every time I show a video. So celebrate those success. So let's go through those steps again. Step number 1, you need to have a willingness to change, to alleviate those fears. Step number 2, clearly identify and define what you really want. Step number 3, review the list and set goals in the interim, little goals to achieve your bigger dream. Step number 4, say or write affirmations daily. Step 5, ask for help from somebody who's already doing or has done something you'd like to try to do in your life. Step number 6, keep pursuing those goals and dreams. Don't give up. And step 7, celebrate every success, no matter how big or small. You know, I want to say this too. The more you do these steps, these 7 steps, you will alleviate the fear in your life. Because all fear is an anxiety. It's an emotion. We can control that and do better. I love this quote. We fear we will fail for not being good enough. That is at the root of all fear. So I say this. Be in the moment, don't look too far ahead, and celebrate every success, because that will alleviate your fears. Nike has a great slogan, and I love it. Just do it. Because the truth is, we all have fear, and we all have to live with that fear. There's nothing you can do about it except just do it. This is your life. I'm going to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the show. You are the leading character in your life. Not one other person around you, no matter what they say or do, they're supporting players. You are the leading character. Alleviate those fears. So viewers, I ask of you, tell me what your fears are, what your roadblocks are. I'd love to discuss it with you and read your emails on air. Also, I want to add to this too. I want to thank you all for watching. You know, every time I turn this camera on, a little twinge of fear goes through me. And not about if anybody's going to watch. That's not my fear. My fear is sometimes rooted in, am I good enough to do this? And every day I do this, I give it a big yes. We are all worthy. You know why? Because we are alive. We are here together. Viewers, I thank you so much for joining me today. I do want to add something too. A lot of emails have come from people who ask about the shows and when they come up, and sometimes on YouTube, they have a hard time finding recent ones. Well, here's a way to alleviate that. If you have any anxiety or fear over not seeing one of my shows, here's what you need to do. When you go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and every time a new show or video I download comes up, it'll send an email directly to you that there's a new video for you. So subscribe to The Kevin Kuretzky Show and see what's coming up next. Thank you so much for being with us. And remember, The Kevin Kuretzky Show is brought to you daily by Smokey & Giraffe Sweet Treats. Bring sweetness into your life. Go to www.smokeyandgiraffe.com for all your baking needs. Check out the online menu, and they'll be happy to send it to you. As always, thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Remember, it's Take Care of Yourself Thursday tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. And what I know for certain is, don't let fear be a roadblock. You can get past it. I'll see you tomorrow. We're all in this together. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.